13 लाख रुपए कितने दिन के अंदर? 7 दिन की ट्रेनिंग के बाद, बाय इम्प्लीमेंटिंग लेगेसी फ्लाईव्हील मैट्रिक्स। जितेंद्र जी स्टॉक मार्केट के अंदर है, उन्होंने अपना ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम बिल्ड करा और बिल्ड करने के हमारी 1 हफ्ते ट्रेनिंग के बाद ही उन्होंने 1 दिन के अंदर अंदर 13 लाख रुपए बनाए। एंड दैट इज इनसेन। इस पॉडकास्ट के अंदर हम जानेंगे कि उन्होंने इतनी जल्दी पैसे कैसे बनाए और स्टॉक मार्केट कैसे काम करता है, कैसे स्टार्ट करते हैं, आपको कौन कौन सी बुक पढ़नी चाहिए, सारी चीज़ें बहुत डिटेल में डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। तो चलते हैं पॉडकास्ट में और जानते हैं आप भी कैसे स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं। जितेंद्र जी, आई एम रियली एक्साइटेड फॉर दिस पॉडकास्ट बिकॉज स्टॉक मार्केट के बारे में मुझे नॉलेज नहीं है ज़्यादा। एंड अब जब एक बारी कैश फ्लो आपके पास आ जाता है, कैश होता है, तो आपको इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए कहीं ना कहीं पैसा डालना होता है, राइट? क्योंकि बैंक में इतना परसेंटेज आपको नहीं मिलने वाला। एंड मैं ये जानने के लिए बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ कि आप स्टॉक मार्केट के अंदर 19 सालों से हैं एंड हमारा ये बॉन्ड बन पाया है रेवोल्यूशन की वजह से। एंड उसमें आपने बहुत अच्छा करा रेवोल्यूशन के अंदर। लाइक आवर होल कम्युनिटी इज रियली प्राउड ऑफ यू एंड दे सी यू एज अ मेंटर एज वेल।
थैंक यू।
सो इस पॉडकास्ट को मैं चाहता हूँ कि ये बहुत इंफॉर्मेटिव बने और हम इसमें स्टॉक मार्केट के बारे में जाने, इन्वेस्टिंग के बारे में जाने, बेस्ट बुक्स वगैरह, इन सारी चीजों के बारे में जाने। इवन जैसे अगर बिगनर्स है, मैं अपने आप को बिगनर लेके चल रहा हूँ, जो भी मेरे दिमाग में क्वेश्चन होंगे मैं वही चीज आपसे पूछने वाला हूँ।
Definitely.
तो सबसे पहले मैं जानना चाहता हूँ आपसे कि स्टॉक मार्केट क्या है बेसिकली?
Wonderful. First and foremost, thank you, DHAIRYA ji, and congratulations to you for bringing out revolution. You know, that's kind of really changing a lot of aspects, at least for me. So, given and through that, it is helping a lot of my community as well. So, thank you so much for that, and congratulations for that.
Thank you
now,
so much.
what is stock market hota kya hai and what is this stock market? Stock market is exactly similar to our vegetable market. There is no difference. So before going to vegetable market, we know that we have to buy something, vegetables or fruit. We go to that market. We are buyers of that vegetables and fruits, and there are sellers. Now you want to buy some kind of a fruit or a vegetable. There is a price which the seller says. Now, typically in India, we don't agree to the price what the seller says. We have to bargain. That is our right, birthright. We bargain and we agree upon a price and we buy the whatever vegetable and fruit we want. Exactly like that is stock market. But only thing is, it all happens virtually. So there also you have to go. It's a virtual market where there are buyers and sellers of shares in the market. So now I want to buy a particular share. Say, for example, let me say I want to buy Tata Motors for whatever reasons. I put in my order to buy at a particular price. Say currently market, say Tata Motors is at 600 rupees. I want to always buy cheaper and sell higher. That's the typical mentality, right? So अगर 600 से मुझे 10 रुपए कम भी मिल जाए या 2 रुपए कम भी मिल जाए, अच्छा है. So I will put my request at 599. If there is a seller at 599, I will get to buy that particular share. So that is exactly how the stock market happens. And the seller will always want a higher price. Vegetable market में भी ऐसा ही है. The seller will always want a slightly higher price, right? So he will negotiate for a higher price. As a buyer, I will negotiate for a lower price. And if we agree somewhere in between, that's when the trade happens. And then the goods and money gets exchanged. Exactly like that is share market, where you go to buy or sell a particular stock, particular shares of a stock.
Sure.
For a particular reason. That is ideally, the reason is to gain out of it, profit out of it. That is what share market in nutshell is there. Yeah.
Amazing. आपने बहुत सिंपल वर्ड में समझा दिया है. एज अ बिगनर मैं समझ गया उस चीज को, क्या होता है स्टॉक मार्केट. अभी इसको स्टार्ट करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा और कितने कैपिटल का रिक्वायरमेंट होता है?
Okay. So now start कैसे करना है, that is very important to understand. Now stock market can be approached in 2 ways. One is as an investor and second one is as a trader. Let us kind of understand both a bit. So investor is that person who is typically very, very passive. Matlab, you are going into stock market to grow your wealth. The idea of an investor is wealth. One. And second idea is relatively longer term. समझिए आपको कुछ कंपनी पसंद आया, क्यों पसंद आया? They are doing something good. You understand little bit about it. Like for example, let's say you are into digital marketing, so you understand internet very well, you understand social media very well. समझिए there is some company which is doing some revolutionary work in social media and in internet. And you know that that company's product and services is great, and that company will do extremely good in the next 5 years. What if you get an opportunity to become the owner of that company? You would never want to miss, right? So now through investing, you become the owner of that company. How do we become owner? Now there is something called as shares in a company. So now total share capital, they break it down to small parts. So that people like you and me can become owners of any company if you want. So now I can buy that much share. Say I have 1 lakh rupees, which I want to kind of deploy somewhere. So now I go buy the shares of that digital marketing company or the social media company and simply wait. Because I understand the dynamics of that business. So I'm ready to wait. I buy those shares and wait for say 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So today I got one share, say for rupees, 50 rupees per share. Like that, I say I bought 200 shares, whatever is the value. And my idea is over next 2-3 years, that 50 rupees share becomes 100 rupees or 200 rupees. And that's when I kind of gain. That is one of the way. Very easy investing. Now, another way is through trading. Trading is relatively lesser passive. Matlab, there are various kinds of trading. Trading is something like we as business people in stock market get in, wherein you have to keep buying and selling and buying and selling on a constant basis. That is my business. Like for example, you buy a house to live in. So you make an investment once in your lifetime and you hold it for like 20 years, 30 years, you live there. Now, if I'm a real estate person, I keep buying houses and keep selling every week, every month. I may even live in that house, but I keep on changing. So that is trading. So in trading, I understand the particular dynamics of the stocks and the price movement. Price keeps going up and down. Every day it keeps either going up or coming down. Now, once I understand that, in that smaller movement, can I benefit? Do I have the possibility to buy at certain price? And when the price goes up to some level, say 2%, 3%, 5%, 10% more, in few days, I sell it, make my profits. And when these shares come down after a certain point in time, I get to sell it. And when it falls down also, I can make money. Now, advantage of trading is market will never keep going up. It will come down.
Right.
The advantage of trading is that when the market comes down also, you can make money. But in investing, it is only one direction. It's a unidirectional way to approach the market. You always have to wait for prices to go up. Only then we make money. But in trading, we have a concept of doing long trades and doing short trade.
Right.
So now short trade means in investing, what we do is we buy and wait for the price to go up. And at a higher price, we sell. Now in trading, especially when we do a short trade, when the market is somewhere here, say some stock is around 2,000 rupees, and I know that because of some reason, prices will fall. I sell that first. And when it comes down, say it comes down from 2,000 rupees, it comes down to say 1,500 rupees. At 1,500 rupees, I buy it. 2,000 minus 1,500 here also I made profits. Right. So this is possible only in trading. In investing, you cannot do this. So that's the advantage. Now, this is a benefit, but the requirement is you have to spend little bit of time, which means her then if you can spend between 15 minutes to 30 minutes, you are good enough. You can still do trading. In investing, maybe you don't need every day 15 minutes. In a week, if you can spend half an hour to 1 hour, you are good to do investing. So that's how you can approach. Now you asked me a question, what is the starting? How can anybody start? What is the minimum capital, right? So first and foremost, you need a DMAT account to start this. Right. So you can open DMAT account anywhere. After that, capital. Now for investing, the entry amount is, it can be as low as 100 rupees. You buy a share of a company which is 10 rupees, you can buy 10 shares. You buy a share of a company which is 100 rupees, you can buy 1 share. You started, right? So then after that, you have to be consistent in keep on doing a monthly investment. So every month you have your business or you have your job. you have your additional income. Instead of putting it into fixed deposit, some part of that money, you don't have to put all the money, some part of the money, say 25% of your total savings, what you make, you start with investing that in very good stocks for a relatively long term. As an investor, you should never look for, ठीक है मुझे इस महीना बहुत सारा पैसा बनाना है. It does not happen. So
Right.
you have to kind of be a little bit patient and in a structured way. Every month I have a target of investing 10,000 rupees as an example, or 50,000 rupees. So you select few stocks and diversify it. Instead of putting all the 50,000 rupees in one stock, say what if you have a family of 10 stocks,
Right.
which is spread across various industries
Hmm.
and sectors, and you keep on investing on a constant basis, right? And over next 5 years, naturally you will see the value going up and you will benefit. And the ROI, which we call it as CAGR, on an average can be upward of 30 to 50% very easily, the longer
Wow.
you stay. So there is no entry limit for investing. Now for trading, if you want to do both short and long, we have to do it in these instruments called derivatives.
Okay.
Equity, we cannot go short on a day-by-day basis. You can short only for a particular day, like an intraday. If you want to carry forward the position, you cannot short equity. So the shorting can be done only in derivatives. There are two kinds of derivatives in our market, which is futures and options. Now, options are slightly complex. Everybody feels it is easy to start option because the capital required is very low. But the statistics says 95% of the people who trade in options, especially buying of options, they lose their money. So in options, we recommend, if you can do selling, that's more advantageous. Well, you can do buying as well. Buying needs a lot of skill in managing it. So which means you need to learn quite a bit of things and practice it for a longer period. So now another easier way is to participate in futures. Futures is relatively easier, but the capital required is slightly more than options. So what we call it as, we have something called as margin money, which is decided by the stock exchange. So for example, if you want to buy Reliance shares, instead of buying it in equity, you can also buy it in futures instruments. So now, say for example, you want to buy 250 shares of Reliance. Let's say each share is around 2,000 rupees. So you will have to bring in around close to 5 lakh rupees. Now the same 250 shares you can buy in derivatives, but your initial money what you have to bring is only about 1 lakh rupees, because we call that as margin money. It's like this. It's like in trading in derivatives, it's like instead of you buying your own car, you want to drive, you want to go out somewhere, you hire a car, self-driving car. So you use that for 2 weeks, go all around the places. So you don't have to pay the value of that car. You only have to pay the usage charges. Say पूरा 2 हफ्ता आपने चला लिया, आपको सिर्फ कुछ 50,000 या 60,000 देना पड़ेगा. Then you are kind of good. So what happened? You enjoyed the benefit of the car. At the same time, you don't have to maintain it after your driving is over. Simply keeping it parked. Right? Now that is what happens in futures. Now what I am as a trader, I'm interested in making profits. So I trade in futures, bring in, say, instead of 5 lakh rupees, I bring in 1 lakh rupees. If my direction is correct, I make profits. And when I close my trade, I invested, say, 1 lakh rupees. Market went in my favor. I made a profit of, say, 50,000 rupees. I closed the contract and the trade. They give back the entire 1 lakh plus the profits. If I incur loss, I had initially given 1 lakh rupees. Say I made a loss of 20,000 rupees. They deduct 20,000 rupees, give me back 80,000 rupees. So that is how, in a very, very, beginner's way, futures kind of works. So you can trade in futures. That's kind of little bit advantageous if you have around 15 to 20 minutes of time every day. So these are the two ways you can start. And the investment to begin with in futures is, if you can start with even 5,000 rupees in currency. But I would say, if you're serious enough, anything upward of 1 lakh to 3 lakh is a good amount to start. So that you're serious as well. And you can see some good returns, and you can even participate in multiple scripts for you to start. That's how I would recommend.
Amazing. And Jitendra ji, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज ये है कि ये जानना कि आप इसका आंसर देने में पता नहीं कंफर्टेबल होंगे नहीं होंगे, बट फिर भी आई वांटेड टू आस्क, सी मंथली बेसिस पे आप कितना कैपिटल इन्वेस्ट करते हो, वीकली, ईयरली, एंड आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट रिटर्न कितना बन जाता है उस चीज के ऊपर?
So the way I trade is there are many ways to trade. In trading, you can do scalping, you can do intraday, swing trade, positional trade. These are very common 4 things which most of them do. Now, in order to do all of these 4, you need lot of technical analysis, which is like doing your MBA, right? You need really to spend time and kind of get in. So now in these 4 kinds of trade, you can think about getting regular monthly income. Because you bring in some capital and you can kind of trade. Now, if you are, these 4 are highly skilled trading styles, very, very skilled. You need to be in this business for minimum 2 to 3 years for you to get into some amount of skills. So many of them think that har din I can make 5 to 10,000 rupees, so I kind of come in and kind of trade, right? So that is not the actual way. It's like a business. So not every month you can be profitable. But my idea is at least every quarter can I be profitable? That's what I kind of apply and do. So we have a concept called risk and reward. So now when you do your trade, especially in these 4 kinds of trading style, first you should define your risk. Matlab, agar is pura mahina I'm going to do say 20 trades. So per trade, how much of loss I'm comfortable taking? And if I take, say I'm comfortable to take 10,000 rupee loss per trade. So if I take 10,000 rupees loss, and if there is a profitable trade, how much profit should I be getting? So that is reward. So typically we start with risk reward ratio of 1:2. Matlab, I'm willing to take 10,000 rupee loss, but I need 20,000 rupee profit if at all profit happens. That is how we create the strategy. And then we start trading. So now, if you are consistently doing with the right system and approach to that, then there is a possibility, if you are very good at it. So making anywhere between 10 to 30% per month is possible. But you have to be highly skilled in that. Why? Because you have to be in front of the computer almost full time. So these 4 kinds of trading, which is scalping, intraday, swing, and positional, is almost full time. Positional trade sometimes, is a little bit lesser work, but remaining 3 definitely has quite a lot of work for everybody to kind of go about doing it. So you have to be in front of the system. Now, that is 4. Now, people who do not have so much of time, but they still want to participate in trading other than investing, then we do something called as trend trading. That is what I do. I've been in trend trading for the last 6-7 years now. Before that, I have done all kinds of trading. Even now, I do other kinds of trading. My 70% of my capital and our company's capital is in trend following systems. So here par kya karte hai, we use little bit of mathematical models and we come up with a strategy which we come up with, where to buy, where to sell, all of that we derive. And what we do is we do something called as back testing. Usko check karte hai, last 5 years, 10 years, how has it performed? And if it is performed well, we take that, we deploy it, we simply stay with that for the next 5 years. So we choose those stocks and we simply remain only with those stocks and we keep on repeatedly doing. For example, I repeatedly trade in Tata Motors, then repeatedly trade in Reliance, Adani, right? So I have various stocks which we kind of constantly keep on trading only in that. We deploy those systems. That way we have multiple trend following systems. So based on the particular script, based on the sector, based on the market, we define that. So the system what we use for trading in currency, USD INR, is different than what we trade in, say, Reliance. And we have a different system for commodity like crude oil, then gold, silver. Then we also trade in index. Nifty can be traded. Nifty 50 can be directly traded on the futures. Then we have Bank Nifty. So we have various indices. So we have different systems for that. So based on the behavior, we study that behavior for 5 years. We understand the behavior, and basis the behavior, we define the systems. And once they
Right.
define the systems, we test it, we deploy it, and we simply be there. So you can those systems you can start to trade with between anywhere from 50,000 is a good amount to start with, and there is no
Okay.
upward limit. You can do whatever it is. So there, our run rate for the last 6 years per annum on an annual basis, our ROI, return on investment, has been upward of 75% average.
Okay.
So which means
Amazing.
1 lakh का मैंने capital डाला है सालाना, I make profits of 75,000 rupees on that.
Wow. That is
So
amazing.
that is what we have seen. And in some of these stocks, it can even be more, it can double your money in 1 year. So now you
Amazing.
can imagine monthly how much you can get. I would not look at it from a monthly point of view. I would look at it from a yearly point of view because I'm interested in big money. The longer I hold on to a trade. So 1 year, if I can manage that, subsequent year, it is simply compounding and making it much more bigger.
Right.
So
Right.
those are the kind of returns what we do. Of course, we trade in slightly larger capital. It's beyond multiple crores is what we kind of trade in multiple of our accounts. And also I have a private limited company and I trade in my private limited company as well. So personal names and the private limited company. So we trade in few crore rupees is what we have our capital, which we are doing now.
अमेजिंग अमेजिंग अभी मुझे ना पता लगता जा रहा है कि मेरे लिए ट्रेडिंग कौन सी है, मुझे कौन सा करना है, बिकॉज आई एम अ फुल टाइम बिजनेस ओनर.
Yes.
मेरे पास एजेंसी है, कोचिंग का बिजनेस है, एंड देयर आर लॉट मेनी थिंग्स गोइंग बिहाइंड. सो मुझे लगता है कि जो आपने बोला, एक हो गया इंट्राडे जो रेगुलर आपको कंप्यूटर के सामने बैठ के करना ही करना है, एक हो गया ट्रेंड वाला जो आपने बताया. तो दैट इज समथिंग जो मैं कर सकता हूँ, मुझे लगता है जो मैं कर सकता हूँ.
Absolutely. All of you, जैसे आपका business हो, people who are working full time and people who have other businesses, even homemakers, people who are, on the verge of retirement or retired. We have all of those people in our community. And why do I say it is, I have been trading even when I was working. So I would, before I kind of got into full-time trading and trainings in 2018, before that I was working in ITS companies, managing, global solutions role and Asia Pacific region. And I would travel extensively all over the world. In spite of that, I could easily manage multiple crores of my capital in trend following systems, because every day you need only 15 minutes and all you need is a, internet connection. And you have your handheld or a laptop, that's good enough. And that's all is my office. And I don't have anything else. Just a mobile, internet connection and a laptop. And anywhere in the world, you can kind of sit and do your trades. And that too, only 15 minutes a day. After 15 minutes, I'm kind of relatively free to do what I love otherwise to do.
Wow.
You should definitely explore trend trading. Yes.
100%. मैं आज ही रिसर्च करने वाला हूँ, पर मैं आपसे एक सीक्रेट और शॉर्टकट भी जानना चाहता हूँ कि अगर मैं आज स्टार्ट करने वाला हूँ, मैं रिसर्च डेफिनेटली जाके करने वाला हूँ. आपको 19 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस है, 19 राइट ना?
Yes, this is my 19th year in stock market.
अमेजिंग. ये बहुत लंबा टाइम होता है एंड आपने बहुत कुछ चीजें जानी होंगी, आप बहुत लोगों से आगे होंगे बिकॉज यू हैव इन्वेस्टेड अ लॉट इन ट्रेडिंग. सो जस्ट वांटेड टू नो कि ऐसे 5 कौन से स्टॉक हैं कि जिसमें मुझे ट्रेंड के बेसिस पे इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए, जो आपका एक रिकमेंडेशन होगा अगर.
So let us kind of talk about just the trend basis investment. Let me kind of even show you, how does that even look. Just give me a minute. I'm just going to open up the chart so that you get a reasonable good idea. So let me know if you are able to see the screen.
Yes, I can. अभी वो लोड हो रहा है. Yeah, I can see it.
You are able to see the screen. I'm just going to make it here. Yeah. So now you said which are the ones to invest. Now, as a beginner investor, my recommendation is that you have to stick to Nifty 50 stocks. So what are these Nifty 50 stocks? These are top 50 stocks in our stock market. Basis which Nifty as an index is made. So they comprise mostly of large cap. So we have 3 categories: large cap, mid cap, small cap. So this is defined based on the size of their business and size of their capital, which is in the market. So basis that large cap means that which is relatively bigger. So I would recommend, those kinds of stock. Let me kind of show you some of those Nifty 50 investing stocks. So now, So what you see on my screen here, these are all relatively safer for somebody to start their investing and continue with that for next, say, 3 to 5 years easily, because they remain one trended and their fundamentals are very strong. For example, let us say Asian Paints.
Right.
Now, we all know that in India, the infrastructure sector is going to be pretty big. It is already big, and a lot of investments are further going on. So now, this is something Asian Paints will be involved in any infrastructure project which happens, because her project ke liye paint chahiye.
Right.
If the infrastructure of the country goes well, the infrastructure for we as a normal human being will also improve, which means I will want to build more houses, more apartments will come, everybody will use. So Asian Paint is one such company which you must include in your portfolio. So now look at this Asian Paint. Last 5 years, if you had started, say if you had started trading in it in 2018, say 2018 January, let us see what was the price. 2018 in January, February, the price was around 1,000 rupees.
Okay.
As of now, its price is around 3,200 rupees. In 5 years, 3x.
Wow.
You can only imagine. So if it has done in 5 years 3 times, अगर 1 लाख आपने डाला होगा उसमें, अभी that would have become, profit would have become around 3 lakh rupees, what it would have grown into.
Right.
Correct?
जितेंद्र जी, एक छोटी सी चीज पूछनी मुझे, यही होता है एनालिसिस पैरालिसिस बेसिकली, कि हमने चार्ट में देखा और जो चार्ट ऊपर जा रहा है तो इस तरीके से कि 5 साल में कितना करा है, कितनी कंपनी ग्रो करी, इसी तरीके से चेक करते हैं?
So this is something I'm teaching you very basic.
Okay.
So we have a lot of very advanced technical analysis also which we do, wherein now I am kind of looking at monthly time frame. If I want to come to a lower time frame, हर दिन कैसे चलेगा वो, हर 5 मिनट में price, will it go up or come down? How do I find out all of that? So there you need lot of extra tools, extra understanding of technical analysis. So for an investor, that is not required. For a trader, that is required. Especially if you are doing predictive trading like intraday, swing trade, positional. For a trend trader, you don't need any of these things. You only have to know the rules. Once you know the rules, you simply have to follow the rules. Now, for your question, what are the top 5? I will give you more than 5. So Asian Paint is one thing. We saw what happened. Look at Bajaj Finance. Everybody knows Bajaj Finance. 2018, if you had started investing, 2018, the price was around 1,500 rupees. Today, it is 7,000 rupees.
Wow.
Cipla. Everybody knows Cipla because it's a pharmaceutical company. Very good. In 2018, its price was around 600 rupees. Today, it is 1,200 rupees.
कोविड में कितना गया होगा ये?
कोविड में बहुत अच्छा किया. इसमें कोविड में सब लोगों की तरह मार्च में सब it came down to 367 rupees. After that, whole of 21 and 22, look at this, how it has done.
Wow.
From 365 rupees, 70 rupees, it went all the way up to 1,100 rupees, 1,100 rupees in just about 1.5 years. Right? So then HDFC Bank, we know that it's a very strong bank. Everybody banks with that. Look at the way how it has gone. All of these stocks, Hindustan Unilever, every day we buy that product of Hindustan Unilever. There is nobody in India, I think, who will not be buying at least one product a week of Hindustan Unilever.
Right.
Look at the way it has gone. ICICI Bank, one more very strong bank. Right? So look at the way they are doing. Technology company, Infosys. It's a very big story. Along with Infosys, you can also look at TCS and Wipro and HCL. These are all good. Now, the new one to be added is L&T's technology company and Mindtree. They have merged earlier this year, and that's another company which you can kind of look at. Then ITC, very strong fundamentally, and just in about last 2 years, from the low of 171 rupees, it's around 450 rupees now.
Wow.
And fundamentally very strong. These companies are fundamentally very, very strong. L&T, you should definitely be part of this for the next 5 years. They are the big story in infrastructure in India. Most of the governmental projects they do, the roads, the bridges, you can think about it, everywhere they are there. And one of the largest infrastructure company in India. So you must include their stocks and kind of keep on investing it, right? Then Maruti, Reliance, Tata Consumer, Tata Motors, look at Tata Motors, a very big story. From a low COVID May, it was 74 rupees, just 74 rupees in March of COVID low. Today it is 600 rupees. 9 times it has done. In 3 years, 9 times. Why? Because they have made so much of changes. You can see the Tata cars, so good now, electric cars, the new models, the collaboration, what they did, what they bought out, the Jaguar, all the technology is coming into Tata Motors as well, right? Then Tata Steel, because of infrastructure, you will need steel. It will go. And Titan. So these stocks, you have more than, I think, 10, 13 stocks. If you don't have time at all to do any research, have this family of these 10, 15 stocks. Every month, whatever capital you have, whatever additional profits you make in your business, equally spread across all of this. At least one share each.
Right.
That's the minimum.
These all companies are in Nifty 50, right?
Nifty 50. These are all Nifty 50. So now since they are all in Nifty 50, it is very, very safe. So now even things go down, the downside will not be too much. So your capital is relatively protected in comparison to other stocks. So simply stay with this and forget about doing anything with that investment for the next 3 to 5 years. Because we are heading towards 5 trillion economy. 2028 is the time when we will touch it. And the way we are doing, I think we may end up doing it much more faster. So if we become a 5 trillion company in next 5 years, why should you not be participating? You must be participating. So I would urge everybody, even if they have a small income, some amount of their profits or their salary savings, deploy in these stocks and look for it for next 5 years and you will never regret.
Right. जितेंद्र जी, आपने बहुत अच्छे स्टॉक बताए निफ्टी 50 के, एंड डेफिनेटली मैं कुछ ना कुछ अमाउंट जाके डालने वाला हूँ क्योंकि मुझे अपना पोर्टफोलियो स्टार्ट करना है. आई एम रियली एक्साइटेड अबाउट दिस न्यू जर्नी. एंड जितेंद्र जी, मुझे पूछना है कि आप कौन सी बुक रिकमेंड करोगे अगर मैं स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ? ऐसी 5 बुक जो भी आप सजेस्ट करना चाहोगे.
So there are lots of book in stock market and it's an ocean, right? To kind of really learn. So it depends upon how do you want to approach. Now, as an investor, I will kind of talk from an investing point of view because many people may not be able to start trading right away, right? From an investor point of view, the best book to start to read is a book called An Intelligent Investor.
Okay.
So it is written by Benjamin. Let me kind of give you the exact name of the book. Just give me a minute.
Sure.
Intelligent Investor. Sorry. But Benjamin Graham. So now Benjamin Graham is such a great guy when it comes to investing. You might have heard about this person called Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is the man when it comes to investing and wealth from stock market. Is the man, is the world's, I think, top 3 richest man. Now, Warren Buffett follows Benjamin Graham. Okay. So you know the importance of this book, Intelligent Investor. So it is a best book to kind of start reading as a investor. That's kind of very good. Then from the mindset point of view, to get into stock market, another very easy to understand book is a book written by Robert Kiyosaki. I think most of them would have known about this, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right.
So that will give a different dimension for especially those who want to understand these finances, a bit of capital market in terms of how to be an investor and where to kind of keep it. So that's another good book. Then from a technical point of view, there are many books. Let me kind of think through a few books which I kind of read very initial days. Now to understand, there was 2 traders in the US, they kind of did a competition kind of a thing where they said, we will teach people who want to learn trading. And after that, they will also said that we will give money. They have to simply trade. Whoever does big will be recruited in their company. So there is a book called Turtles, The Way of the Turtles. So it's a real story, real instance of how this person went into that program, learned everything, started with just $10,000 and made it into, $3 to $5 million by trading in that methodology. And first time when he did, everybody said it is fluke. He repeated that multiple times. Again started with 10,000, made it into millions. Again started with 10,000, made it into millions. And all of that is in this book, Way of the Turtles. So that's a very good story to kind of go through about how trading can kind of benefit. What is the mindset? How even simple systems can be profitable. So I think these 3 books should be good enough. Intelligent Investor, for investing, for trading, Way of the Turtles, and for the mindset part of it, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Those 3 books should be kind of very good for any beginners to kind of do it. Of course, there are other hundreds of books to kind of go and read from.
अमेजिंग. मैं डेफिनेटली जो आपने रिकमेंडेशन दिया, मैं तुरंत आज ही इसको अमेज़न से ऑर्डर करने वाला हूँ. एंड जितेंद्र जी, जस्ट वांटेड टू नो कि जब आपने स्टार्ट किया था, मतलब अगर मैं भी स्टार्ट करूंगा या कोई भी स्टार्ट करेगा, 19 ईयर्स का आपको एक्सपीरियंस है, तो आप बता सकते हो क्या गलती नहीं करनी है, क्या प्रॉब्लम आएगी?
So यहाँ पर for anybody in stock market, the challenges what they will get is mainly the mindset, because we're all smart people. We can understand, we can analyze. We all have analytical and logical thinking. So logic kind of works in the market. But the challenge is mindset. Our emotions will hijack us. So 2 emotions which will play very heavy for anybody is fear and greed. So now fear of losing is one, and fear of missing out is these 2 fears which are very heavy. Then greed. You kind of got in, you made some profits. Now, good, take the profits and go home. Instead of that, I become greedy. I will put that profit back into the market thinking now I will further get even more. Now, second time when you put, you lose money, especially from a trading point of view. Right? These 2 things will be a big pain. Now, as an investor, patience is a big virtue. People who are not patient enough, they kind of face a lot of problem. Means you start, have a horizon for next 2 years. It's okay. In the 2 years, market will come down. Don't have to worry. It will go back up. So stay put in the invested stock. Because fundamentally, if you have done a good research and understood the stock, it has to do well. Right? Of course, if it is not a fundamentally good company, we would not want to go. Otherwise, it will definitely do whatever it does. So patience is the biggest virtue. So from a mindset, these things kind of are very important. Fear will hit you, greed will hit you, and you will lose out on patience. Now, from a technical point of view, for an investor, what can happen is a lot of contradictory view. You read multiple things. So in one of the review, they say this company is going to do good because of ABC reason. There will be another equally compelling reason. Another research will say this company will not do good because of this reason. Now, which one do you decide? How do you go about managing that? So these contradictory views will be something which you will have to face. So now you have to kind of take your judgment and understand and where you want to give weightage, for what parameters you will give, how much weightage, and then decide from an investor point of view. For a trader, there are multiple problems. So over trading is a problem. And then revenge trading. Many of them do revenge trading. How can I lose in the market? I am so smart, so intelligent. How can I be wrong? I will take the next trade. I will definitely win. Again, they lose. I will take the next trade. Again, they will lose. So the over trading, multiple trading, or people approaching market trading, especially from a speculation point of view, very dangerous. So they kind of do a lot of guesswork and then kind of go. And then third is a lot of hearsay. यहाँ से ये इसमें से कहीं देख लिया, किसी ने बता दिया, and tips मिल गए, and I will try to do. Once or twice it will work, but on a consistent basis it will not work. So now if you can kind of stay away from all of that and do your own learning a bit and be in a structured way, approach the market, understanding these challenges. Of course, there are other lot of technical challenges. I don't want to go into the technical challenges, especially for a beginner. So you have to be aware of these things. And once you kind of learn something and stick to that, you'll always be a winner. Why I say that is, it is only in stock market in India, we don't have an entry barrier. Anybody just have to open a free trading account. Even with 100 rupees, you can start.
Right.
So because there is no entry barrier, everybody comes in here looking at one or two people who are winning.
Right.
And they end up losing. So who are the ones who wins? Who are experienced old timers. They take the money from all the beginners who come in without learning. But there is huge opportunity for everybody to go into stock market. Why I say that is, in India, we have only around 5%, less than 5% of the population who are participating in capital markets. Whereas the same number in Europe and America is 40% and above. So there is a lot of opportunity, but you have to kind of approach it in a structured way, learn it and read books, understand, and then understand your risk and then get into markets.
Amazing.
Kind of benefit.
Amazing. जितेंद्र जी, ये इन्फॉर्मेशन काफी ज्यादा है, बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन है, इसको कंज्यूम करने में, डाइजेस्ट करने में, इट विल टेक टाइम टू मी एंड बाकी ऑडियंस को भी. सो अभी मुझे आपसे सवाल करना है कि आप ट्रेडिंग भी कर रहे हैं, आपके ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम भी है, सबसे बड़ी चीज ये है. सो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू नो कि डेफिनेटली आपने इतना सारी चीजें बताई हैं और वो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है, एंड डेफिनेटली जिसको 19 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है वो बहुत अच्छा कर रहा होगा, डेफिनेटली उसको सारे इन एंड आउट स्किन के अंदर है वो बिल्कुल गेम के. सो आप रेवोल्यूशन के बारे में मैं आपसे बाद में बात करूंगा, लेकिन मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि आपका ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम के अंदर क्या क्या चीजें हैं, वो बिगिनर के लिए है, एडवांस के लिए, और अगर वो कर सकते हैं तो कहाँ पे कर सकते हैं. वैसे मैं नीचे कमेंट में डाल दूंगा और डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दूंगा आपका.
So good question. So how can they approach trading? So what I kind of strongly believe is my approach is to make everybody trade. So there is no restriction that, okay, only when you have a deep finance background, you can trade. No, right? Well, I may be a chartered accountant, but I've kind of defined it in such a way that it is extremely simple. You can be from any background and can kind of be part of trading and investing. So I believe in making things extremely simple. So what we have done is we have curated a lot of learning, which is to the point, very simple, and completely rules based. And I kind of create a model. We have a model which we call it as equilibrium trading model, where we bring in multiple dimensions of trading and investing requirements. So some of them will look at only knowledge, some of them look at only finances, some of them look at only, the technical part of it, some of them look at only fundamental part of it, or some of them look at multiple indicators. Now I've kind of brought in the best of everything because of my 19 years of experience and having worked with more than 1,500 people in our community. And whatever has worked for people in all the background, from all the background, I've created that model after many years of working with my community members. So in this model, you learn in a very, very simplistic way. And the focus is on implementing. Whatever you learn, you can implement it that day. That is one very important. And second is I teach and share which we are doing now. I might have done something in the past. If I'm currently not doing it, I don't teach that. Whatever we are doing, you learn that and you be with us.
Amazing.
Whatever trades we do, whatever investments we make, we will tell you why we made this, what was the rationale, and we teach the logic behind it. Now you get that point. You do the same thing, or maybe you can even improvise on that. And that's how we have kind of kept it, and that kind of works pretty well. So even a beginner can be part of this learning. And even if somebody has been in markets for long but not seen the kind of success and the results, what we have been making in the last many years, it's even more better for them. If they can kind of come and adapt this and incorporate in their current trading, it will only kind of take them to the subsequent level. And those are the ways they can be part of it.
Amazing. So जितेंद्र जी, ये आपका ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम के बारे में हो गया, लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा एक चीज के लिए मैं बहुत क्यूरियस हूँ कि आपको रेवोल्यूशन के बारे में कहाँ से पता लगा और कैसे पता लगा?
I kind of strongly believe the area in transformation for people. So any business we do or anything we do, work we do, there has to be a transformational element which has to come in. So now to offer transformation or for somebody to transform, it needs some amount of time. I cannot say that, ठीक है, एक दिन कर लो आप transform हो जाओगे. It is not possible. So I was looking for a way and means of how to deliver the transformation to my community members. Right. And then I did not want to delay delivering the transformation. And I could have, started with something small and then take them along the journey. And then over many years, they get the transformation. Now, today's world, people are not willing to wait that long. They want results, right? And we can deliver that. That's when I was looking for something which can deliver that. And I came across your, video in YouTube and as well as, in Facebook, where you spoke about a model which is totally turning things around, where you are bringing the high value right up front, right? Rather than showing them something very small and then taking a long time. It was a totally reverse mechanism, and which I kind of really loved, because that's exactly what I wanted. I did not want them to wait longer. Make up your mind. Those of you who are interested, you can get transformed just by working for few weeks and maybe months, not even months, few weeks, right? And that's exactly what I saw in your revolution. When I saw that, it was very, very intriguing. I said, okay, this is what I have to implement, because I cannot delay the transformation to our community members. And that's when I got to know. And thanks to you, the implementing that right in the first week, we saw phenomenal results. Not only for me, of course, for the community members as well. They were all waiting. Why is Jeetu taking so long to kind of offer, all of this? So now when we reversed that, it became phenomenal. Well, so that's been amazing. Truly a revolution. At least for me, when I kind of approached it this way, the area.
Right.
That's how.
जितेंद्र जी, thank you so much. मैं एक रिजल्ट आपको बताने के लिए बड़ा एक्साइटेड हूँ कि एक हमारे कम्युनिटी मेंबर है जिन्होंने 2 महीने के अंदर 48 लाख का करा है, एंड एक लेडी है जिन्होंने 15 लाख पर मंथ में पहुंच गई है वो, एंड सबसे फास्टेस्ट आपका रहा है, क्योंकि आपने 1 हफ्ते की क्लास हमारी कंप्लीट हुई थी, सिर्फ ऑफर वाला पार्ट, एंड उसके आपने बताया कि मुझे कुछ टाइम मैंने 1 घंटे के अंदर धैर्य 6 लाख के सेल कर लिए, और उसी दिन शाम तक आपने बताया 10 स्टूडेंट हमने क्लोज कर लिए। मैं को इनसेन। फिर उसके बाद आकाश का आता है, आकाश ने भी 1 हफ्ते के अंदर अराउंड 11 लाख के आसपास करा। तो मतलब द रिजल्ट्स आर लाइक एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी, कि मतलब ये हमने ना चीजें बिल्कुल इसी तरीके से रखी कि डायरेक्ट किसी का भी टाइम वेस्ट ना हो। दोज थिंग्स आर वर्किंग इन द इंडस्ट्री, हम वही चीजें बता रहे हैं, स्ट्रेट टू द पॉइंट चीजें लेके चल रहे हैं। सो जितेंद्र जी, आपके हिसाब से अभी तक जितना भी आपने रेवोल्यूशन करा है, स्टिल हमारा बैच अभी चल ही रहा है। सो आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा मेरे साथ?
Oh, it's been awesome. In just about, I think it was 7th day, if I'm not wrong, 7th or 8th day. 7th. We kind of finally closed it at 13 lakh rupees.
Wow.
So that was phenomenal. Not because, yes, we made that big money. That's good. Why I'm saying is, transformation coming up front, true and quick, right? And the result showed when it was implemented. And that is the massive thing. And that's the beauty of what I kind of liked in this year, one. And second, it is to the point. Sirf ek karo, implement karo, take the next step. Do this, go to the next step. And that's exactly what we want. Right? And that is what is the best part of this entire revolution. Of course, we are still going through this. There are lots more to come. So this is what I have reaped immensely, and this is benefiting not only me. I think the entire community of mine who are kind of part of it. That's the beauty of your program, Dhairya. Thank you so much for that.
वेलकम। एंड जितेंद्र जी, ये पॉडकास्ट बहुत इन्फॉर्मेटिव हुआ है, बहुत अच्छा हुआ है। आई होप ये ऑडियंस को बहुत अच्छा लगे, और ऑडियंस आपके पास भी है ट्रेडिंग सीखने के लिए, क्योंकि मैं तो डेफिनेटली आपसे रिकमेंडेशन लेने वाला हूँ। मैं भी आपके ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम में आने ही वाला हूँ ये सारी चीजों के लिए।
मोर हैप्पी।
थैंक यू जितेंद्र जी, थैंक यू
so much.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dhairya, and congratulations again for your revolution, and may this revolution really become the true revolution in your field. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. आई होप गाइस आपको ये पॉडकास्ट पसंद आया होगा। आप स्टॉक मार्केट के बारे में जाने होंगे, आप हमारे ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम के बारे में जाने होंगे कितना पावरफुल है। रेवोल्यूशन इस इंडस्ट्री के अंदर एक्चुअल में रेवोल्यूशन लेके आ रहा है एंड बाय इम्प्लीमेंटिंग लेगेसी फ्लाईव्हील मैट्रिक्स एवरीबडी इज गेटिंग रिजल्ट्स इन माय कम्युनिटी। एंड ये कुछ ही केस स्टडी है, ऐसी बहुत सारी केस स्टडी हैं जो आने वाली हैं। अगर आपको और ऐसी केस स्टडी देखनी है आप नीचे कमेंट करो CR का मतलब है क्रिएटर रेवोल्यूशन। अगर 30 से ज़्यादा कमेंट आए CR के तो मैं और वीडियोस ऐसी केस स्टडी आपके सामने लेके आने वाला हूँ रेवोल्यूशन की। तो 30 से ज़्यादा आपको नीचे कमेंट कर रहा है CR ऑलराइट। और इस वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों के साथ शेयर करो जिसको ट्रेडिंग करनी है, अपने खुद के कोर्सेज बनाने हैं, एजेंसी बिल्ड करनी है, उन लोगों के साथ ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर करो। अगर आप नेक्स्ट वीडियो को मिस नहीं करना चाहते हो, चैनल पे पहली बार आए हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो, बेल आइकन जरूर दबा देना। अगर आपने बेल आइकन नहीं दबाया तो नेक्स्ट वीडियो मिस कर दोगे। So guys, thank you very much for watching this video and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.